In this video, we will learn how many cameramen in a red shirt when the red cameraman appeared, on whose side cameraman in red. And in general, in this video, you will learn all the information about this cameraman. So be sure to put the likes. Watch the video to the end so that you do not miss the interesting moments. And now make tea and take cookies. Well, and we're off. So, hello people, my name is Razmik. This video is for you and for me, the most anticipated video on my channel, as the information about this agent I collected a very long time. I put the whole puzzle into one piece. And in this video, we will finally find out what is the cameraman in the red shirt. Well, let's start, I guess, with when he first appeared. This is a very strange situation here, as Dafuk Boom has two versions of the first episodes. The thing is that 4 episodes were relaunched with very important details. Barring the relaunch, the cameraman officially appeared in episode 7. But since the relaunch affects the main plot a lot, we need to take all that into account. And yes, why did I decide that cameraman first appeared in Series 7? Because here we see the cameraman's shadow and then the agent's hand. If you can argue about the hand, the shadow is 100% cameraman. Okay, but this video isn't about cameraman, it's about the red shirt cameraman. Now, in which episode did he first appear? The red shirt cameraman first appeared in episode 2. Yes, it was in Series 2. Look at this, the shorts version, and if we widen the screen, we can see what's going on behind the shorts with the version. Yes, on the left we notice the same cameraman in the red shirt, but there's a nuance here. His head is black, and as we know, the original cameraman is white. I think there's a typo, because in the next series, cameraman in a red shirt was always white, or the same. This is just a shadow that falls on him, or it's something else. You need to watch the video until the end to understand what we're talking about. Well, let's talk about it later. Well, the second time cameraman in a red shirt we noticed in the 3 series, and he is no longer flexing, but just watching the situation, like other cameramen. And as you notice, this is a familiar cameraman in a red shirt with a white head, then cameraman in a red shirt. We notice in episode 9. By the way, this series is also very interesting, because here is a monument to the very one Skibidi Toilet. And by the way, if you want a breakdown of this toilet, let's get 350 likes. And after the cameraman paints over the portrait of the skybiters, we immediately meet the cameraman in the red shirt. He again flexes and violates traffic rules, but that's not the point. He looks like the first cameraman we noticed in the 2nd episode. He has a black head. So we've got 2 cameramen in a red shirt. One has a black head, and the other one is white. One is flexing all the time, and the other one is serious and unfocused. Very interesting. Oh, I tell you, this video will be the most interesting one on my channel. I just ask, don't forget to put a like on this video, because your likes unrealistically motivate me to make new videos. Thank you very much. So, we have 2 cameramen in a red shirt. And it's not a bug, it's the author's idea. Interestingly, there are 2 or more. We'll find out soon. About cameramen's cameras, besides the fact that they are different colors, I think that cameramen have all cameras connected to each other, and they can transmit a picture and switch between cameras at any time. The next time we notice a cameraman in a red shirt is in episode 11, but we notice a cameraman with a black camera. And in this episode, the cameraman fought a triple Skibidi Toilet. Next, we notice the cameraman with the red shirt in episode 14. But unfortunately, this episode was tragic. You're about to see why. During the very first epic battle when the cameraman army fought the toilet army, and incidentally led by this elderly toilet we first spotted in a restaurant, in episode 4, where he just decided to have a snack, and suddenly he hears a Skibidi song and becomes a Skibidi Toilet. And as we can see, the scientist has either improved him or he has enlarged himself by eating cameramen. I don't know, post it in the comments. Well, that's why this episode is tragic. A metal Skibidi Toilet appears from behind and unfortunately destroys our cameraman in a red shirt with a black head. I don't even know what to comment on here. It's -1 cameraman in a red shirt. But I won't say 100% that he's destroyed, because there were cases that after the destruction of the characters were returning to the show. After this situation, logically, we should no longer see the cameraman in the red shirt with the black head. In fact, we do. And after 37 episodes, we finally see the cameraman in the red shirt, and it's episode 51, Cameraman Base. In this episode, all the camera shifts put, like Cameraman Titank, but except for one agent, and yes, it is not cameraman in red, which is very strange, but some other cameraman, perhaps cameraman in red, does not want to reveal, and that he is not for cameramen. We will find out very soon. Further, it is the same. We notice in the 55th episode. In this episode, cameramen had to protect their anti-parasitic tank. They had 2 tasks, protect their tank and cure the Titan speaker man, but they failed at both. I wonder if it was for what or who, And I think you've noticed the cameraman in the red shirt here? Yeah, he was on the right side the whole time. Here's another shot of him from the back, and here's another shot of him running away during the Togo when their tank was destroyed. There is one more detail. The cameraman in the red shirt does not run away immediately, but after a few seconds. Also, we noticed him in part 57 of the series. There are 3 cameramen sitting on the roof and watching the Titan speakerman, and just in the middle is the cameraman in the red shirt. About the cameraman on the left. Why is he sad? I made a separate shorts. I will not forget this shorts will appear in the upper right corner. Next up for our hero today, we spot 61 episodes. There he meets the speaker woman. Then they rejoice in their victory, and they all flex together. And as we know that our white cameraman does not flex it, he puts a bark here. It is unclear. Either he puts a bark speaker woman, or he is glad that they won. But also, of course, the whole episode was on behalf of the cameraman in red. He then shows up in episode 63. I think in this episode, he as a character finally revealed himself to us, and then we noticed that except for being serious, this cameraman sometimes laughs. But he laughed at his friend Plungerman because of that. He got powers like toilet glitch, but also because of the fact that he flew here on a toilet. But mind you, he only laughed about the non-speakerman, not the cameraman from whom all the action takes place. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he is jealous of Plungerman, which is very bad, or something else. Write your opinion in the comments. Very interesting to read. Also, cameraman in red. We noticed in episode 65. In this episode, the whole episode took place on his behalf. And when we did the breakdown for episode 65, we, of course, paid attention to this moment, because in the very beginning of the episode, the cameraman in red. We noticed in episode 65, in this episode, the whole episode took place on his behalf. And when we did the breakdown for episode 65, of course, we paid attention to this moment, because in the very beginning of the episode, the Skibidi policeman leaves the cameraman in red alive, but before that, he destroyed the regular cameramen. We had some questions about it, but somehow we didn't pay much attention to it. If you're interested, you can watch the analysis of episode 65, by the way. But now, of course, everything becomes clearer, and it's 99% clear to me why the toilet left the cameraman alive. Well, and here's the climax of our series. At this point, the last time we saw the cameraman in red was in part 4 of episode 67, and what he did there is still a mystery to this day. You've all figured out what this is about. The thing is that when Secret Agent Dafouk broke the gate of the base, Skibidi Toilet's cameraman in red was standing there, standing on the inside, because we didn't see him go in there. Let's take a look at this footage in slow motion video. As we can see, all agents in turn enter the base, except for the cameraman in red. There are 2 options. Either he was standing there before the doors opened, or he came in here, but behind the scenes. But that's not the most important thing. As soon as the cameraman in red scratched his back, after that the break-in stopped and the doors started to fall down, right at the big speaker man. What does that mean? Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't think so. I'll explain what I think about it. Because it's a big alliance of agents, and I think there will be some among them who will betray them. Why not? Why shouldn't the cameraman betray his friends, since he's already revealed himself at some points? Episode 65, for example. I think he was spared because he's working with them. Also, cameraman's actions. What did that mean? Why? After his actions. Did the hacking stop? Or maybe this Dafouk set him up. In episode 67, another character appeared next to the Dafouk bum. Some people say that this is cameraman in red, but I think it's something else, like a new race. Okay. There's a lot to talk about. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Write your opinion in the comments, and by the way, there will be a video about your theories soon. Okay, people, enough theory for today. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell to not miss new videos. You were on the channel Razmeek, and Master was Razmeek. Meet you in other videos. All bye.